Tokyo, AP, President Donald Trump ratcheted up the pressure on North Korea Monday, refusing to rule out eventual military action and declaring that the United States will not stand for Pyongyang menacing America or its Asian allies. Trump, on the first stop of his lengthy Asia trip, denounced North Korea as a threat to the civilized world, and exhorted dictator Kim Jong Un to cease weapons testing like the missiles he has fired over Japanese territory in recent weeks. Though he stood in one of the Asia capitals in range of North Korea's missiles, Trump did not modulate his fiery language, declaring that Pyongyang imperiled international peace and stability. Tokyo, AP, declaring that North Korea was a threat to the civilized world, President Donald Trump vowed Monday in Japan that the United States will not stand for Pyongyang menacing America or its allies. Trump, in one of the Asian capitals threatened by North Korea's missiles, did not rule out military action and exhorted dictator Kim Jong Un to cease weapons testing like the missiles he has fired over Japanese territory in recent weeks. The president also denounced efforts by the Obama administration to manage Pyongyang, declaring again that the era of strategic patience was over. Some people say my rhetoric is very strong, but look what has happened with very weak rhetoric in last 25 years, said Trump, who stood with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe at a news conference and stated that North Korea imperiled international peace and stability. Abe, who has taken a more hawkish view on North Korea than some of his predecessors, agreed with Trump's assessment that all options on the table when dealing with Kim Jong Un and announced new sanctions against several dozen North Korea individuals. President Donald Trump says he expects Japan to purchase massive amounts of military equipment from the United States. Speaking at a joint news conference with Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Trump says Japan will be able to shoot missiles from North Korea out of the sky with that equipment. Trump also says this would mean jobs in the United States and more security for Japan. Abe says Japan is already buying a lot of defense equipment from the US and that it plans to upgrade due to the rising tensions with North Korea. Abe said Japan shoots down missiles only when it's necessary. President Donald Trump and Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe are waxing poetic about their round of golf together. The two leaders played Sunday with Japanese professional Hideki Matsuyama at a championship golf course outside of Tokyo. Trump posted a brief video on Twitter. He wrote, "Playing golf with Prime Minister Abe and Hideki Matsuyama, two wonderful people." Abe also chimed in on Twitter. He said, "A round of golf with a marvelous friend, President Donald J. Trump, full of spirited conversation. Trump and Abe will have dinner tonight with their wives." Tokyo, AP, while her husband chased golf balls with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on Japan's premier course, U.S. First Lady Melania Trump focused on a more iridescent sort of orb, pearls. Abe's wife, Aki, greeted the First Lady with a bow as she arrived at the Mikimoto Pearl flagship store in Tokyo's glitzy Ginza shopping district on Sunday. The two ladies had a brief chat after posing for photos in the store's VIP lounge. Two AMA Pearl divers in their traditional white costumes, their goggles pulled up on top of their heads and carrying the baskets they would use to collect the pearl oysters, joined them as a store manager explained different types of pearls and how they are gathered and assembled into jewelry. Wellington, New Zealand, AP, each time the ocean surged through their coastal Fijian village, residents would use rafts to move from house to house. They watched crops die as saltwater contaminated the soil. Finally, in 2014, the entire village of Bunidogolo moved inland in what the government described as a pioneering relocation project driven by global warming. Starting Monday, Fiji will preside over a UN Climate Change Summit in Bonn, Germany. Fiji and other Pacific Island nations are particularly vulnerable to rising seas and changing weather and want the world to understand their plight. While Fiji doesn't face an existential threat like some of its Pacific neighbors, it is already battling the effects of climate change.